We're live again.
Good morning.
2 mornings in a row.
2 mornings, yeah. Had to
On a
get up
roll.
early.
So we're just going to do another little watch party and hang out for a little while. So if you have any questions or want to say anything, hit us up in the chat.
Yep.
Obviously, nobody's here yet, so when I see people come in, I'll say something. But we'll just pull up the feed for Fox Sports 1. We got an hour worth of coverage to go and hang out and talk.
Yeah.
It's better. Even in the thicker pads, like
I was watching earlier. I was watching the live feed off the website.
Yeah.
And they were going to fighter. They hadn't had him up on screen yet, but the audio was going.
Oh yeah.
He's like, you hear him say, "Oh shit," like real quiet, and then 2 or 3 seconds later, the video comes in, and you see him standing on the bow of the boat, exhaling this huge cloud of smoke. So you know he was smoking a cigarette and got caught off guard because he didn't know the camera was gonna go live on him. I'm like, it's not cold out, so it's not his breath.
Yeah.
But I was just like, yeah, he got caught.
There's a few guys that you know that they do certain things like Jacob Wheeler. You can tell just the way that he is a dipper, or at least he was a dipper. I don't know if he still is or not, but you can just tell it.
Yeah.
That's not always my style, but I can do.
We got one from Facebook. I'm wondering if it's Kim.
Could be.
Problem is, everybody's going slow and steady this week.
You did a great job of describing those cypress trees that Hackney was working on under the water. What the points they present down there.
So do you think it's going to come down to pretty much 2 guys today, or you think it's going to open up some?
I think most of the guys in the top 10 have a chance. I mean, the big thing is any of these guys can get an 8 to 10 pounder and make up a lot of ground.
And that odd chance where you actually could pick up 2, like a 6 and an 8, or 2 7s or 2 8s. That could be a game changer, and it's possible.
Yeah, this is probably the southern fishing, especially like in Florida and these areas where they can get 10 pounders.
Yeah,
I mean, trying to look, it's tough to put a tournament away. You have a chance as long as you make it in the top 10. Kim sent you a little message there, Matt.
Background looks heavenly. That was actually a picture that I took myself. I think it was May of 2019. We were up in just north of Cape Cod. We were up there in May for a wedding. So that was during low tide, obviously. But yeah, it's nice. That Maine, Massachusetts, New Hampshire coastline up there is just beautiful.
Solid fish for Patrick Walters, and that the main thing to look at right there. Good keeper. Patrick Walters' first time he has gone shallow, at least on camera, this entire tournament with us.
We were over here kind of making fun of Mr. Walters earlier.
Let me guess. The shirt tucked into the shorts.
Yeah, that like the shorts and the pants that he always wears. They're like pleated, I think, in the front, and it makes him look like he's an old man. But yeah, just how he tucks it in, and I think because he wears them high on his waist.
Yeah,
like you're actually supposed to. So it makes him look like an old man.
I knew exactly where you're going with that.
And he's not even that old. Was he like? Is he probably 30, early 30s?
I mean, they call him young Patrick Walters, so yeah, he's like, this is only his 3rd season.
Yeah, he's a mover.
I was gonna pull it up and see, but their new bass track, like it's nice, but then their angler information doesn't work. Like that link doesn't work. So
he's not looking at a lot of them.
Yeah, it's just it's a dead cell.
Yep.
Yep, you click on it, nothing happens. Wow, he's got 3 small ones. Jeez. 3 fish for 3-4.
Patrick Walters. He was born in 1994.
Wow.
Seth waiting for the big one to show up. I knew catch some solid ones all day long. 17.
So he's what, 26, maybe 27.
Yep.
Himself out a lead right now. That's 4.5 pounds or approaching that number.
An awful lot of rods on that bow. Jeez.
The only
3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
the one on top right now. Brian
14, it looks like.
Yeah.
That's a little bit excessive.
Hey, if you're fishing for a living,
Yeah.
all right, commercial. I'm gonna
Did
cut it back.
was it during weigh-ins yesterday? I think it was during weigh-ins. I forget who the guy was. He was saying right at the end of the day he had stopped, I think, or something like that, and there was like an area he couldn't get to, and he saw some water swirling, so he pitched up and over top of this dock. And,
Oh, yeah.
it was like a 5-pounder or something, and he ended up having to like pull this fish up, out, and over it, and it ended up snapping the line and his rod in half. But he did get the fish.
Yeah, the fish landed in the boat. Yeah, I think it was like Pearson or Sullivan or one of those guys.
Yeah. I'm still waiting to. Yeah, it could have been Randy Pearson. I'm still waiting to see that video because supposedly the marshal had it on.
Yeah.
On his cell phone.
Trying to see if Bassmaster posted it yet. Yep, here we go. Let me see if I can share it quick. Let's see. Share. Maybe. Share screen.
Hopefully it's a decent video and not all choppy and Atari looking 8-bit.
My gosh.
Oh, nice.
Oh my gosh. Dude, that's a giant.
So they can't go off the dock, or they can't go off the boat.
Oh my
Right.
I know for Bassmaster.
Yeah.
Stay calm, dude.
He pitched behind that thing?
Yeah, I guess.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh. Yes, give me some, baby. No. Oh.
I think the marshal was more excited than he was.
Snap.
Yep. That was a good video clip.
Sorry, but a fish is not worth that much to break my rod.
Well, you got what, a couple $100 rod compared to a couple $1,000 difference in paycheck, possibly.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm sure most of the majority of those guys aren't paying for their rods anyway.
True.
Pretty much any other gear.
Too bad it wasn't Matt Robertson with his ugly sticks. That rod would still be good.
Oh yeah. Could have tied that thing into a pretzel and it'd still be good.
The only thing a ugly stick cannot handle is a car door.
And you know that by experience.
Maybe. All right, bring some audio back in.
The expo is fantastic. It is just the week that the sport all comes together. It's its own home week for everyone who loves bass fishing at the highest level. angler fishing at the
Exactly right.
on this championship day.
I don't know. I mean, unless like he's got like 4 setups out of those 14 rods or whatever, you know. I mean, if you're hammering them on one thing, like, yeah, you might have 2 or 3 of the same rod tied up with the exact same thing.
Yeah,
Just,
I know.
You know, if you break something off and just pick up the next one.
I know the Major League Fishing guys for the Bass Pro Tour do it. They have a bunch of rods rigged up the same because, you know, every fish counts. So instead of retying during competition, they can, you know, they can do their tying during the in between periods.
Right.
We're going over to the juice. That's the good thing. There's an awful lot of juice. I just don't know where it all is.
Juice.
It's probably all the juice.
Said this on yesterday's show. Brian New, a rookie on the Bassmaster Elite Series.
Heck, he's got 4.
This year.
Yeah.
Talked about it yesterday. He said,
Right before we went live, like they showed him hauling in a bunch.
And here's the thing, you don't hear that from rookies. You do not hear that from rookies, and it was not cocky, it was not arrogant, it was just a confidence that I have never heard or seen before with a rookie on the Bassmaster Elite Series. Ever.
Bold. See if he can make it happen. Off to a good start.
When's the last time we had a rookie win their very first elite event? It's been a while.
Oh boy.
Well, the first year,
Derek
all
Remix.
Elite Series rookies.
Al.
Is that what you're talking about?
No.
Okay, all right.
Derek Remix?
Sure.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
Second year of the Bassmaster.
You could probably get away with just running like
Right in the watershed.
3 presentations there.
Schmidt fishing very close to each other right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think most guys probably have a Texas rig, a jig, and maybe even a topwater.
Yeah,
There's a couple of guys.
Either a topwater or a jerkbait. Yeah,
Fish either.
like a shallow jerkbait.
You're getting closer now.
Then you know you're weedless wacky. I do enjoy just watching Greg Hackney fish. Just
It's very slow and methodical.
yeah.
He seems like he'd be fun to just to sit and
Yeah.
tell stories with or something.
I've seen a couple episodes of Mark Zona's show where he's had Hackney as a guest, and those two together are anybody with Mark Zona is pretty funny. Like Fighter and Zona is pretty good.
One of the things a lot of these anglers look for pre-practice, stable water. You know, all this water looks black. You see Hackney and Walters and Brian New. It looks like.
Oh, there's Adam.
This guy's in first. Yeah, yes, he is. Good job there.
Being at first right now is nothing. You got to be at first at 3:00.
Right. But if you're not first, you're last.
That real clean waters where these fish want to spawn in Florida.
I didn't hear that, Adam.
Someone mad at him.
Slow day so far for Greg.
You'll see that a lot in fishing. Like, there's a lot of people that are just don't like fishermen, especially if you're fishing their dock. They'll just be like, you know, tell you to go away.
Yeah. I mean, as long as you're not, you know, clanking your baits off his boat or his you know, dock or whatever.
They can't really do anything.
That water's free game.
Crawling that bait, you know, that much. Now I'm just fishing like a
But at
slave.
the same time, you got to be respectful, you know, a little bit too.
Yeah.
You know, can't be chucking a 3/4 ounce jig off of somebody's pontoon boat.
I know usually when I'm fishing docks, if I see somebody like on their dock,
Yeah.
I'll just pass over it.
Yep. We got our typical red Sunday over here, Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured I saw some of the prices go down.
Yeah. I mostly expected that. That's okay.
No, a lot of red except for Bitcoin.
They had a new all-time this morning. Yes, they did.
Oh, really?
On Binance, they hit 49,730.
You know, you're
Wow.
there's every one of these angles
Pretty close to 50.
in their head. Knowing what time we have to weigh in at 3:00, and the longer, you know,
I actually
this thing goes on and is slow.
I actually sold my Ethereum. Well, one Ethereum yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
You start speeding up.
I did pretty well there. I sold it for $1,818, and I paid $180 for it back in
The wheels are not going to come
April of last year.
Tendency,
So I figure if
we saw
it goes to roughly maybe 5,000, well, I got another
like a madman
2.5x to go.
because
Where I put it in something else that can do a 5 or 10 still.
Yeah.
So
And you just cannot
Lucky
do that.
Lucky sold my GameStop stock when it skyrocketed.
Always very slow, methodical.
what'd you buy in your GameStop at? Adam?
All day
What
long.
price?
The bites have not been there yet.
Adam's probably stuck in Dogecoin though. That's been dropping like a rock overnight.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how long Hackney pushes this.
All right.
You mentioned 11 o'clock is maybe a target time to make that movie. Said that about an hour ago.
Yes.
2,000 on a football square pool.
He says, yeah, we're talking about
Jeez, what were those 50?
I can do it. The trouble is,
Those $50 or $100 squares?
as well. Brian knew what a splash he is making his very first.
Yeah,
That would probably be $100 square.
Master Elite 3.
Times 100 is what, 10,000? That would make sense.
See, the one I was in was $50 squares, and the final was 2,000.
Oh yeah, a lot of those are paying like touching boxes and stuff too. Yeah. 200 a square. Jeez.
Final was 6,000. Ouch. We're actually going to do for Ghost
Wow. Okay.
for Ghost Rods. We're actually going to do a season-long one for the Bills games. So it's going to be $25 to get in. There's going to be a $100 gift card winner or gift certificate winner drawn at the beginning of the season, and then every game is going to have 50 for the half and 100 for the final. And it's going to be through the whole season.
Legendary St. John's River. Can he keep it up? Can he get to that number?
We know the power of Yamaha's legendary reliability plays a big part in your purchase decision.
Got 2 Facebook viewers and 1 on YouTube.
For a limited time, purchase an eligible new Yamaha outboard and choose either 2 years of Yamaha extended warranty protection or up to.
We don't have to watch commercials.
Gotta pull up our group and see. I haven't looked at our group at all yet today. So it looks like the same person still on first.
Jeff. Hi, Jeff.
Oh, hey, what's up, bud?
Kim
Been a
said-
while.
Yeah, we haven't seen you in a while, Jeff. Kim says.
Well, he probably hasn't seen us in a while either.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not his fault. It's our fault.
Kim says, I saw one of my clients' pools and they bought 10 $50 squares. Like, 1/10
I mean,
of a chance.
$50 to some people is a lot of money. You know, 10 $50 squares to other people is nothing. So to each their own. You know, like Adam here spending $200 on a square. You know, that big UPS money that he makes. So what how many points are you sitting at, Scott?
I didn't change very much yesterday. Let me look that up. I think it's 1065. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm at an abhorrent 885. I did gain yesterday though, but
I'm at 84.6% overall, and it's a rank of 4,734.
15,226. Yeah,
Is that like 50%? I know there's like 30,000.
50.3. Yep. Yeah.
Kim's at 800. Oof.
Yeah, not a good showing. Not a good way to start.
Well, just got to get out of Florida. Like all the pros say. They hate Florida. Just got to get out of there with a cut.
Right. They got a long commercial break, don't they?
Yeah. So I will say the next event's going to be, it's going to be tough being that cold. 1078.
Well, that's not next weekend. That's the following week, correct?
No. So there's a chance to warm up, but
Yeah.
I mean,
how long can that cold front stay down that low? I mean,
yeah,
you wouldn't think it would last that long.
it'll be interesting to see. And again, the last time they were there was the Classic in 2019, but most of the field was not in that Classic.
Right. Yeah, that's correct. Yep. Basically what they're fishing, that next event, that's just north of Chickamauga, basically. Right?
Yeah, Knoxville.
Yep.
-12 in Wisconsin. Whew, Jeff. Yeah. Aren't you guys used to that though? Like that's you in Minnesota. All right, we're back from commercials.
The playing field for this event, the final day. The season started, Bassmaster Elite Series. Go Bassmaster Elite on the St. John's River. There we go. Hey, first look at Martin Menendez for the day.
I'm looking at the weather, the 10-day weather on weather.com for Knoxville.
Yeah.
Okay, so their first day would be what, Thursday the 25th?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's looking like it's saying a low of 38. I mean, obviously this is
Good tournament. For
2 weeks, a week and a half out still, but upper 30s for a low and then mid to upper 60s. So I think they'll be fine. I think that system, will, for the most part, be out of there by then.
Yeah. Season. This is really his first tournament, and you got one of those delays on there where you got 5 second, 10 second. That's a cool feature.
Of course, Mark Menendez, great memories of this place. What a memorable
Well,
tournament.
we got a winter storm warning for us tomorrow.
Yeah,
7 a.m. to 1 p.m.
they're calling for like 7 to 10 inches between tomorrow morning and Tuesday.
8 to 11 inches for us.
And really going into that final day, everything he
First round of snow Monday will bring 2 to 4 inches. Second round Monday night will be heavier, 4 to 8.
we really had him going in a weigh-in as the champion
Awesome.
of that tournament.
It's gonna be good.
Actually, I have tomorrow off for President's Day.
For Trump Day.
Yeah. We won't get into politics on this show.
Look at the mouth on that thing.
February, it happens here on the St. John's River, and we were all there for it at the same time. We all came together. And then was really knocked it out of the park that day.
Had 95 pounds over that event. They only angled with more than 20 pounds all 4 days.
Adam says, so fun to deliver in. Yeah. When it's that cold, I mean, I've been there, I know, but you're basically sitting inside of a metal tuna can, that's not insulated. And especially in the wintertime, like if you're drinking, coffee or hot chocolate or whatever, that cold weather just shrinks your bladder. And I know what I did, but I'm sure Adam could probably tell you some stories too about when you got to go to the bathroom and there's no bathroom around, but that's what you got to do.
Do the same thing Greg Hackney's doing, just on a different.
Yeah, they're awful in the snow. Even with the season, that winter season that I drove for UPS part time, that was when Erie got I was over 200 inches of snow. We got 7 feet in 2 days, right by Christmas time. So we were running chains on our tires, and I was still getting stuck. It was bad.
He was at a bad angle going around that tree. Yeah.
Oh, Patrick Walters got busted out the shorts.
Ooh.
I couldn't swing to the right because my line was going to pull into the tree. I swung back to the left.
Yeah, maybe it just looks goofy because the shorts are kind of
high.
Well, they're high, but I think because he wears them higher, they come up well above his knees. So I think most nowadays we're used to seeing shorts that hang a little bit lower.
So sporadic
on a guy.
Yeah.
But it looks like they are riding a little bit, unfortunately for him.
We had on camera yesterday, 2 hours in, things really started firing.
That spot Hackney's fishing, isn't that the exact same spot he was fishing yesterday?
Actually, Kim and I were talking about that before we came on, and she's like, "That looks like the same spot." I'm like, "Yeah." I'm sure there's a lot of spots down there that look very similar.
Yep. But I mean, if those spots are reloading, why not go back and hit them again?
True.
You pick it up and slam, just went to the left. But I don't know if it would have mattered. I stuck him. Yeah, he's lying too bad. You know what I mean?
I'll let you read that comment, Matt.
I'm on Village of Akron, and we just.
Your Hackney say he definitely missed
You're referring to using a bottle for a bathroom. I can only use the wide mouth Powerade bottles. Yes, that's what I was referring to, Adam. Yep.
Yesterday at this time, he was having a few to drop it, but he would circle back and got most of them. That's true.
See, now seeing that picture right there, that's like heaven for fishing.
Right.
But then, there's so many spots in there that are just dead. Like, you got to kind of know where you're fishing. That looks awesome right there.
A lot of that, I think they're probably sight fishing a lot of it, where you looking through the water to try and see any.
Baby High told us that proximity to deeper water. One of the big pluses for this stretch right
I
here.
thought that was kind of comical yesterday during the weigh-ins. Polnick ended up tying.
Oh, the big was it?
For the big bass? Was it
Big
9
bass.
9 pounds 8?
Yeah.
A little bit more without all of that vegetation.
I missed his weigh in.
Is what Hackney's doing, those cypress trees, or this right here, lily pads. Since that vegetation has left, it's condensed where these bass have to spawn.
You hear the drone in the background.
Yeah, when I was the first day, I was watching live the first day. It's kind of quite annoying.
Yeah.
It's like 1,000 mosquitoes right above your head.
And you can tell this tournament compared to years past, there's a different year class of dominant bass in the St. John's, where in years past we saw so many 7 to 10 pound fish, right? Such, if you go back to the tournaments we've covered, well, those fish eventually pass. They do. And what's been rare about this tournament, there's been really big bags by guys like Greg Hackney, Brian New. It just seems like the dominant year class now that's in the St. John's, looking at the weigh-in with Dave Mercer yesterday, the dominant year class here is all 4 to really 5.5 pound fish. Don't get me wrong, there's still plenty of 6 to 8 pound fish, but the dominant class, it seems, in the St. John's is 4 to 5.5 pounders, which was not the case in years past.
I think that makes 15 rods with the one in his hand.
All that's lost habitat.
Wow.
Natural causes, of course, Hurricane Irma.
Yeah, that's a lot of rods.
Just pushed so much water, such a volume of water down this.
Man, and I get made fun of for having 15 in my rod locker. Because he has like another 20 inside the boat.
Yeah. Yep.
The sun is shining on Lake George, at least for the time being.
I mean, slick as glass, Jack.
Those are the days you can go fast.
I mean, these fish are really gun shy, very weary. Higher skies, calm water. Yesterday when he did his,
It just looks like your regular Joe out there fishing with jeans on and a camo jacket. No sponsor shirts on or nothing.
I think that's one of my the things that is cool about fishing though, is just the type of guys that fish are just average Joes.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, he's got boots on and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Probably has to go take care of the cows after he's done.
All right. Shovel some manure.
It's mid-morning, actually a little past mid-morning right now. We're in the second quarter of this game pretty good. As it stands right now, we've had some changes, a big change. Bringing up that leaderboard, that man right there, Brian New. On top with a 4 pound plus lead over Greg Hackney, who started 3 ounces behind Patrick Walters. Mark Menendez from 10th place all the way up. Lots of movement on that leaderboard. As we say, very volatile place, owing to the fact that the Giants can show up anywhere at any time and change everything. We'll take ourselves a break and be right back.
All right. Another commercial break.
It's like Hudnall's throwing a jerk bait. I got the live feed on the other monitor.
Daytona 500 today. Whatever.
Yeah. You gonna be watching that, Adam? I would assume so.
Kyle Busch. Guess somebody has to root for him.
Yeah.
So I think our fantasy fishing is up to. I think it's almost up to 180.
Wow.
So 11 people aren't gonna get a prize or don't have a chance at it. So I got sent you that picture yesterday, Matt. But
Yeah, with the
little-
ghost there and the little
got the little
pocket.
ghost in there. Got a couple. I think another coat or two on there to finish it off. It's funny. It's like the most expensive rod I've ever built, and I don't have any ideas of what I'm doing with it.
But how much was that for cost wise?
Like 250 just for the parts around
Really?
there.
And that's based off the
220.
The St. Croix.
Yep.
Line.
Yeah. So I haven't decided if I'm going to do some like thread work on it or what I'm going to do. I haven't decided if I'm going to do a hook keeper on it or not. So we'll see.
Man, those are incredibly long commercials.
Yeah.
It's like 5 minutes.
We may start using the Bassmaster feed.
Kind of an interesting generation clash here, Greg Hackney, who has done it all.
I think one of these two guys are probably going to win.
With one exception, the Bassmaster St. World Championship. That's the only big-time trophy he lacks right there. Veteran who has caught him north, south, east, and west, and young Patrick Walters, South Carolina.
You don't think New's going to win?
Fantastic bass fishing pedigree.
What's that?
Once he hit the Bassmaster,
No.
I mean, New's up by. He's up by
his first win.
4.5 pounds, but you look at some of the other guys' bags, and they have a lot of room to upgrade it.
By a long shot.
Yeah, like
Ever achieved by
Like Hackney still has one fish to catch.
Right.
Walters is on a hot streak. He had won.
And he has 2 1-pounders in his bag, or 3. 2 1-pounders and a 1/8. So
Winning fork helped him, and now he's going into Championship Sunday leading on our first event of this year. He'll go back to back in elite events. Can you still call it a streak if your whole career is a hot streak? Well, I guess you could. Why not?
Yeah, New might catch a monster, but that monster probably won't be a bass. He's gonna have to throw it back. It won't count.
This was moments ago. It's going to be kind of close to the edge, 40 an ounce or 2, if at all. He started the day 5 pounds, 7 ounces back. So when Hackney and Walters, who are only 3 ounces apart, top the leaderboard, get their limits, Walters will increase his limit from 6'4", I'm sure, with any catch. He's got 5 small fish, and Happy fills his limit. They're going to make up ground. So Mr. New needs to catch, like he said.
So Brian New is actually a co-angler in FLW for years.
Mhm.
He used to travel with Brian Thrift, so
Okay.
he's had a good teacher.
Yeah. I'm sure even as a co-angler, he was probably out fishing a lot of the guys that were in the front of the boat.
Yeah.
Love the drone.
That would be
Not the noise, but it's a little lower than
that's
that.
got to be pretty tough being a co-angler. I mean, when you really think about it,
Yeah.
because you're almost completely reliant on that boater knowing where to fish, where to find structure, this, that, and is he kind of going to be a dick and
Yeah.
completely cut you off?
Individual pads,
Or-
big
I don't know.
clumps of
That would be tough though, because you're almost forced to
floating mats.
to fish a certain way back there.
Brian really believes that the catchable spawners are.
I mean, a lot of times you have to hope that your angler misses a few fish.
Right. Yep.
I think as a co, you're only keeping 3 for those
Right.
tournaments.
Right. Yep.
Made it here.
I've heard that there's a bunch of anglers that do, like, as soon as they get their limit, they kind of take their co-angler out
Mhm.
to catch. So
Right. Yeah.
some guys are cool, some guys aren't.
Right. But I'd heard Hallman did a video
Yeah.
a little while back. Yeah, and I mean he was saying like some of the anglers were like turning off the electronics and stuff for the co-angler in the back. Like
Yeah.
who does that? That's rude.
Yeah.
He says he has to make himself fish slow, but he seems to be.
Well, if you're having battery issues,
Yeah, I mean I can understand that, but like you said, though, a lot of guys probably just use that as an excuse.
I think there's just a matter of time until he catches that fish that he's going to have that female in his.
But I think at the same time, I don't really realize the battery issues because, like, I'm running
I was going to talk to you guys real quick.
my
You can see the
my 2 Humminbirds off of my cranking battery. Okay.
yeah, yep.
And then the trolling motor battery is my 2 AGMs or whatever you want to call them. So I never have electrical issues at all. But I mean they're running 3 or 4 10, 12, 15-inch screens and
when it gets cold,
power
Yeah.
poles, everything else. So yeah, I get it there.
be in the shade. But what Brian New is doing is
Yeah, I mean, they're even now the guys with the the live sonar and all that stuff.
Mhm.
They're running an extra battery just for the graphs,
Yeah.
and they have their starting battery with their everything else.
Yep. Yeah, I mean plus running your live well and all that. Yep.
This river, I've never seen it. It's just like not moving at all. We don't have any wind, but usually with no wind, the tide will move it. But I guess we've had wind and the tidal influence for several days, and every so often it'll just be still, and it's very, very unusual. I've never seen the lack of current right here at the southern end of Lake George like we have it here today, and that really might be affecting Greg Hackney around those cypress trees.
You're talking about Brian Newman to get some good drone shots of his area there. What are the dimensions? I mean, how much of this is he working with here? Is it a mile? Is it just a few hundred yards?
No, unfortunately, it's only a few hundred yards, and it's not a secret place by any means. It's a great place. It's right at the mouth of the lake. You have this current that really affects this area. It's the best vegetation anywhere. You go out into the lake, you can go 4 or 5 miles on the southern shoreline of the lake, and you will not find vegetation like this. And I think a lot of the fish that live out in the lake and used to spawn in the lake around the hill grass, and they had enough vegetation, moved right into the mouth of this river where you have a lot of lily pads and some of this floating vegetation. They need that cover to spawn around, and this is the best available cover, probably within 3 miles of Lake George.
All right, David, thank you very much. Good outlook, good extra dimension. As we look at our leader, Brian Newman, what's allowing him to make it happen on this day. Other anglers the other best fly fish limit of the day so far, 4 pounds, excuse me. He's one shy of the limit. Mark Menendez,
A lot of room to move, bro.
yeah.
It's interesting. The fish on these cypress trees are committing and biting to where Hackney is painfully slow on Lake George so far.
Davey seemed to give us the opinion that because the water is just, we're sort of just in between right now, and it's just not moving at all.
Oh, there's one.
Hold on.
Small.
Yeah. Is that Mark? Yep.
That's the male.
Do not think that is the species we're on
Oh,
for.
it's not even a bass.
Wrong flavor.
What is that?
Mark will deal with that one. Keep
I
moving on.
can't tell.
All in all, he's having a great
Weird.
final day.
Well, like
here.
dogfish or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Can he keep it up at this place where he fished his first ever Bassmaster event? Well, we're here at the St. John's, and this is the first place I fished a professional bass tournament in 1987. It was off from college, and Christmas break, and came down to visit some friends, and I jumped into a professional tournament here, which was my very first professional event. So this is always a special homecoming at St. John's. The one thing in Florida that gives me an advantage right here, and that's just being patient, fishing very slow and methodical. Is one of my key strengths, and you have to do that here in Florida. This is not a place that you can turn that trolling motor on wide open this time of year and just cover a lot of ground. But being very thorough, making multiple presentations to the same cover, and keeping that baby there a long time will help you get a long way.
1987. 1987.
Nice view of the nuclear plant in the background.
First professional tournament. As a matter of fact, going way back in time, Mark Menendez there was strong as ever. Even more remarkable coming off a hard
I think we're going to another commercial.
and ready to take on the world once again. Mark Menendez, we're ready to take on a little bit more of the St. John's River when we return.
I'm going to pull up the Bassmaster feed.
From Yamaha.
Feed's a little choppy right now.
They sit still
Yeah,
right there and they
just
stay
pull it
locked on. They might bite, things like that. The body language of that fish will tell you everything. But you can throw a couple different baits at it and try to see which one works. Maybe a top water over top, like a prop bait in Florida is great over bedding fish. Sometimes in other states and other places, fish won't like that at all. But Florida is just a different animal.
I didn't pick Prince.
Bedding fish because they do it so early.
I did.
They do it from December to May.
He's my saving grace right now.
Yeah. I don't know how much of a hometown advantage it is. Because there's a lot of guys that, how many guys live on Gunnersville and
But I mean,
a lot of different factors.
they were talking earlier, I think, on live. One of the coverages was talking about him earlier. I forget how many it was, but he's finished like top 20, like almost every time. So he's solid. But,
what bucket was he in?
I want
D?
to say D, I think. Let me pull up my lineup here. Yes, he was D bucket with 33.26. That really kind of ticks me off about Rick Clun. He was showing 2 fish on day 2 and never weighed in, so he didn't get any points. Even Canterbury, 75th place. That's still 125 points.
Oh, yeah.
Put up. So in 99th place, what are you going to get? Maybe 100 points, roughly? Yeah. I mean, that's just, to me, it's foolish.
You'd think an old guy like that would know, but hey,
Yeah.
guess you don't. I don't know. Maybe he's just to that age where he's like, well, I don't have a chance, and
Yeah, it just doesn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
We said earlier when I was on Inside Bassmaster Live, the first segment, talking about what adjustments might be made. If somebody like Cliff Prince wanted to get some history, some knowledge that he knows in the St. John's River and throw the top water all day, or locks in his hand in a specific region, it could.
Are you on live or live mix?
And that's what Prince is doing right now. Locking his hand up.
just Bassmaster Live.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll reload it.
Because I have live up too, and
Pros knew right out of the first hole shot that the VMAX SHO was the real deal.
Cliff Prince for both, but like the camera angles and stuff are different.
Efficiency is packed with legendary Yamaha reliability. VMAX SHO outboards from Yamaha.
Yep.
All right, that's pretty close now.
It might have just been.
Yeah, there might have been lag or something. A couple minute lag.
Oh, there he goes.
Yeah.
No, that's the one thing I need to work on is fishing shallow.
Yeah, I really don't like going any shallower than like 3 feet. I mean, I don't have auto trim.
Yeah.
On my outboard, so I got to be careful.
Good one for Cliff Prince. Solid fish to get him back in contention. And this will wrap up our Inside Bassmaster Live coverage. We'll see you on Facebook Live in just a couple minutes.
Or I shouldn't say trim. I should say tilt.
Bassmaster.com at noon.
What was that?
I shouldn't say trim. I should say tilt.
Yeah. I guess that's it.
Yeah,
they must
have cut it off a little.
We'll go to mix for a little bit.
The ultimate fishing system starts with Lowrance HDS line.
I love commercials.
Yeah, gotta pay the bills.
Oh, this is always a good one.
Yeah.
You can't swim here.
Sons of Fishes.
Dumb bass.
What a dumb bass.
Boots, bulls, and the Bassmaster Classic. Everything's bigger in Texas. Be at the best 3 days in bass fishing, June 11th through 13th. Watch the takeoffs at Ray Roberts State Park.
That would have been even funnier if you would have said what a dumb bass, and then they pan over and it's red from the '70s show. He's like, it's not dumb bass, it's dumbass.
Good old Red.
Right.
Did you ever watch The Ranch?
Yeah. We finished watching The Ranch probably maybe 3-4 weeks ago. We finished.
Did you? Yeah,
that was an awesome show. And just it's kind of neat how they, throughout the seasons or whatever they call them, just brought in different characters from whether it was from the '70s show or other stuff that they had worked with people from.
Yep. Yeah, it's funny. Like every episode, I'm like, oh, yeah, I know where he is.
Right.
Yeah, need Ozark to come with the new season. Yeah, I don't think Ozark's doing a season till the fall. I forget when that's coming out. I don't know if you've seen that yet, Matt.
No, I haven't watched any Ozark.
So Ozark is funny because was actually shot on Lake Lanier.
Okay.
But it's based around the Ozarks in Missouri. Yeah, Cobra Kai is good too. Except I'm watching that with Gabe, so it's every other weekend we kind of watch it.
So you're not cheating at all and going ahead and then going back with him, are you?
No, because then I have to keep track.
Right. Yeah. We did last weekend. We watched Manhunt about the Unabomber, and then the previous weekend we did Manhunt with Richard Jewell for the Atlanta. The Atlanta bombing for the Olympics, '96. Yeah. both of those are pretty good. So pretty much knock them out in one long day.
So actually, one of the next rods I'm going to be building is for Gabe. I'm doing the Mandalorian rod for him. So we'll see how that turns out.
Yeah, that should be good. What specs are you going to have on that?
I'm just going to use one of the blanks I have. So it's going to be a black, medium, light, moderate, fast.
Like 6.5
spinning. It's a 7-foot blank. I don't think I'm going to cut it. I don't think I'm going to cut it down because
no, I mean he's grown. So
yeah.
7 foot would be perfect.
And those rods are light anyways, so it's not like there's that much weight on it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do a marbled handle, so it's going to have that, different colored cork handle, and then we'll throw some stickers on it and make it look nice.
Yeah, customize it up.
At the same time, I'm going to build another one like that, except that I don't think I'm going to use the same design. I'm going to use some different colors, and then the same blank. I got a couple more of those blanks left, and then I'm going to do a 7.2 frog rod. So basically this rod but black.
Okay.
Yep. That's the bone rod.
Yeah.
So, which actually has like a super long handle on it. I kind of wish I had a little bit lower, but it's pretty nice.
Yeah, that's got to be what, almost a foot?
Yeah, I think so.
Disney's coming out with a Mighty Duck series.
This has a 13.5.
Wow.
Yeah. But it's good. I can throw big crankbaits on it.
Yeah.
And frogs.
That'd be interesting. Putting that up next to the base of the jerkbait rod. I mean, it's about half, right?
Let's just say that the top of the reel seat is actually before the bottom of the first grip, the rear grip.
Wow.
Are they gonna go? Not having a good day with our feeds.
No.
Commercial.
Hey, there's your boat.
Yeah.
Not that one.
Yeah, that one's like 80 grand.
Yeah, those fiberglass, whatever. I'm not sure what they're. There's a VX or something.
The fiberglass,
yeah, it's more like a fiberglass walleye type boat.
Yeah.
Those are expensive.
See, Adam. Yeah, they have one at Cabela's. It's like at least 80 grand for that boat, for the walleye boat.
Yeah. Yep. So you got Adam's out of here. He's got what I'm assuming a honey-do list he's got to get working on. Well, enjoy that, especially on Valentine's Day. So she deserves it.
I don't know if we're gonna have any more coverage here or not. I think they're just going to the mix now. Yeah.
is a bloody Sunday over here. That's all good.
There's a good chance tomorrow will be green.
Very good.
So there isn't really much movement in the bass track in the last hour.
Yeah, looks like a lot of their times aren't updated.
Yeah.
Refresh that. No. I think the only one up to date is News looks up to date. Schmidt and Cherry. Gary Klaus has nothing.
Yeah. He does have that long run, so if he's still fishing this
down to Rodman or wherever it is.
Yeah, so if he's still fishing the same area.
Yeah. Is that the area they have to go through the locks to get to?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Those boats look nice, the express ones.
Yeah, I've been looking at them quite a bit, and just the amount of customization to it looks pretty nice. And then actually, if you look at the if you look at the hull, they show like I think a cutaway of like the hull and the flooring and all that, and then they got the foam that's inside of that. It's pretty neat. And there's a couple different hull designs I think you can get.
They are pretty affordable too.
Yeah,
they didn't look as bad as some of the other boats we've looked at.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just really looking for that middle ground, a decent bit of versatility where you can take it on big water, and if you get caught in some waves, you're not going to be, you're not going to be a little nervous. But you also want something that isn't too deep feed where you're not going to be able to get into some of those tighter, shallower areas.
Yeah. That's where I kind of had the idea of keep in mind for bigger water and then getting like a small bass boat, but we'll see.
I mean, you can go pick up a little tracker with like a 40 or 60 ounce for like 11, 12 grand.
See, the problem with that is you want to go fast.
Right. What's your top end with your 4-blade?
33.
33.
Yeah, I'm not really losing or gaining any speed with the 4-blade compared to the 3.
Just better.
Maybe just a little bit. But yeah, the whole shot's so much better.
Yeah. So the prop on my boat that came with that, the original spec for it, that one top end is a little bit better. I think like if the boat's fairly empty-ish, we can do 32, 33. Whole shot isn't there, but it'll save you gas. But the prop that I use, I think I forget what the dimensions on that are, but it'll get you up out of the hole real quick. But the fastest I've ever had that is like 30.3, something like that. So it's slower top end, and you do suck a lot more gas, but it's better. It's better when it's a little rough out.
Yeah, I definitely go through a little bit more gas with the 4-blade than the 3.
Yeah, but I'm not worried about gas in mine.
Yeah,
I mean, even if I'm out fishing all day running around, I'm using maybe six gallons of that.
Yeah. Right, I think we're pretty much done for coverage today.
Alrighty. Well, we can always sign off here.
Yeah. Call it a day.
Yeah. It'll be interesting though. Spider just moved up to second place here on Bass Track with that 5-pounder he just got.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. That was a good call. Good call for him. Ooh. Yeah, I think we're gonna head over to Ann's grandfather's house for a couple hours this afternoon. Get
Cool.
some lunch or something.
Nice.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll have to do our recap show here. I'm off tomorrow, so I
Yeah,
got
yeah.
time.
Let me know. I'll be. I don't have any plans for tomorrow really, so I'll be around.
Cool.
Yep.
All right. I think this is going to do it for us.
Yeah. Appreciate you guys that did come and stop by. Hanging out for a little bit. That's awesome. And enjoy the rest of the tournament. And for Scott and Matt, we are Stout Sportsmen, and we're out.
Yeah. Like and subscribe. We could use your numbers.
Yes, please.
Later.